Welcome back, everybody. This is Brothermutant here. Today we're going to continue on our journey on Path of Evil. Now, before we start, I wanted to show you some stuff that I purchased recently. Bought it all off camera. Before we get into what we bought, I'm going to show you how much we've earned. So we were up to around 40,000 and change. Managed to sell off a bunch of stuff that was kind of putting us overweight and pissing me off. And managed to get quite a few items as well as have some decent amount of gold. Some things that I already had that I forgot to slot properly were things like the Nymph Cloak and whatnot. As a matter of fact, that reminds me I need to pass off some things back to some characters. I want to make sure that she have her Staff of Defense. So she got rid of her dagger. I really didn't think she needed it. She wasn't ever really engaged in anything with that. The Staff of Defense was more to buff her up and keep her from hurting herself. I tried to unsuccessfully pass off Long Arm to Kavas, thinking that I could actually use that extra strength bonus for him and get that mighty use swinging for him for some extra range attack. That turned out to be bogus, since he can't use those since he's so small. There was a couple of weapons that I wanted to get that I couldn't get, and I'll get into that here in a second too. As far as stuff that I bought, let's pass that back to him, of course. Let's see, go down the list here. He didn't get anything other than I added the Nymph Cloak to him, which I already had. He upgraded to some of his rings, the Wanderer's Ring, which gives him the Wizard 1, 2, 3, 4 extra spell slot, which I've yet to add. And of course, this Ring of Spell Battle, that gives him a bonus to his spellcraft as well as Dispel Magic, 1 use per day. That way I don't have to slot it. I figured, what the hell? And I have another couple of rings to pass off, but that's in the sack, and I'll do that off camera again. He has a variety of staffs. Not only does he have his Staff of Defense, but he has a quarterstaff. Still kept the Cold Iron Dagger, never got rid of it, and no one was really going to buy it for a couple bucks anyway. Other than that, though, he's pretty much everything he was before. Bought him some extra bolts, +2. Figured we'd do that while we was in town. Same with everyone else that got some range stuff. A little range loving for everybody. Kavas, he is... I was going to upgrade his armor. The armor here in town had something that was a studded leather +1 basically, and it had immunity to charm person. It was about a $3,000 plus item. Not a big deal for price wise, but he has this adamantine chain shirt. Now the difference being is that the studded leather would be a 3 here and a 5. We don't have a 5 yet, and this is actually heightened, so there really wasn't a penalty to his armor class, plus he doesn't get his damage reduction. The immunity to charm person could have been useful, don't get me wrong, so play it as you like. The only other one that maybe stood out that could be something for him was a leather +1 armor that gave him some wisdom bonus, but he doesn't use wisdom really for anything. And it was so low that the cleric would not want it versus the full plate +1 that he already had. Let's see, he could use another ring slot, so we may actually slap one on him. Again, he got the +2 arrows. I did buy this. Swap it out so you can see it. Now, it doesn't look like anything remarkable. It's a +1 dagger, but it has this +2 bonus to deflection against beast. Now, that's not saying a whole hell of a lot, and I'll probably forget he had it. It was basically, the vendors were running out of money, and I was trying to sell off as much stuff as I could, so I was only buying things that I thought would be useful. So the arrows, you know, I can only have so many +2 arrows without really thinking that I'm being dumb by having like a billion on each character. You see I already have some over here for him. Arrows of the Vampires, mild poison arrows. I mean, he's really rocking it pretty hard and heavy here. He has a composite short bow +1 now, which is an attack bonus +1 and a mighty +3, and that's just not getting any benefit from because his strength is so weak. But I was going to increase that a point anyway, because I like to have even numbers, as you guys know. So that would give him a little extra swinging potential in combat with stuff like this, as well as extra damage. Actually, I take that back. This is a rapier. He should have weapon finesse, and if he doesn't, I poo-pooed myself on that one. He had to upgrade like a spell book with like 1 or 2 spells, nothing stellar. He still doesn't have his ability to use his shield, which is kind of sucky. Passed off all the venoms to him, so I can get some poison for him if I want to. And I've realized that the Amulet of Aid can actually be used now. We'll come back to Kavas here in a minute because we want to tell you some stuff about him.
Your command.
But going back to this character, before I forget, let's get out our rings. Tan's robes, I could have sold them. No one's using them. I just said screw it. Ring of Insight, we're just keeping it in the sack. It's really nothing that I really wanted to sell anyway. Couldn't sell the keys off. Could sell off these Zalantar heavy shields. Upwards of 4 grand, guys, per. So if you remember from our previous encounters where we were slaughtering guys on the hill, we got the +1 maces and the Zalantar heavy shields. These Zalantar heavy shields were selling for like mega bucks, and without me even really trying. And in most cases in this map, anyway, you can only sell things for about 5 grand, capped out. There is one exception to the rule. That's why we're going to come back to Kvass here in a minute to talk about that. But by and large, that was a pretty good thing. I kept 1 or 2 for myself in case I ever wanted to fudge with those a little bit and have a little fun, you know, like magically enchant one or something like that. But by and large, you know, pretty good stuff. I didn't get rid of the Saint's Blood Pearl. That thing that has some good uses to it, so I'm going to keep it just for the time being. Condensed all my books and all that good stuff. But ring-wise, we have the Ghazi ring, freedom of movement, and some cold electrical protection, and then of course we have immunity to disease. Well, these guys are rocking a ring of jade. Psst, who cares? Pop that off. But what to give him? Now, he is a Tiefling Ranger Rogue favorite soul. Feet-wise, anything that would maybe he's already resistant to some stuff. I'm trying to see if he has the ability to walk through. Yeah, Woodland Stride. This one actually isn't the same as freedom of movement, but it's pretty darn close. So this one I'd probably not give him. I would give him the disease immunity, and I'm cool with that. He's up front anyway, and he's having some fun with it. Going back to Kvass, then with this ring, the Ghazi's ring. Freedom of movement for him would be really nice because he's already up front anyway. Don't want him being trapped. He can kite really well, and that extra protection from cold and electrical is pretty darn sway. Now,
your command.
having said that, let's just pass the ring down. We'll work our way down. For him, the one weapon that I was really kind of hoping to get, first I gave him a +2 sling, sold his +1 just so I'd give him a little better. Other than that, nothing really else for armor that I upgraded him with. You'll notice that I have a lot of potions in there, buddy, and we'll talk about that in a quick second. But since he's using these double kukris, there was one that I really was hoping to buy, and the cheapest I could get it for price-wise, so it's not likely anytime soon, is 139,272 gold pieces. It's sold by the weapon merchant here in town. See if I can zoom out a little bit and show you where that would be. Right over here. Aban, the weapon merchant. And it's called Ketel, K-E-T-E-L. This thing was a kukri +2. It gives you weapon focus kukri and weapon specialist kukri. So if you didn't have those, you had that, and this character was double wielding them, right? So imagine getting rid of one of these and then having the other one, the +2 kukri, with all those extra bonuses just slapped on just because. That's pretty sweet. Now that's pretty pricey, but it would have been pretty damn cool, and I would have done it. If you wouldn't broke the bank, I would have done it just to see what it would do for this character, because he could just shred some stuff, I think, like that. That'd be pretty sick. But we didn't. Going on, we'll give her a little light source so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Matter of fact, let's get rid of her damn light spell, because she never uses that then, too. Get another acid splash. What the hell? She now has the Jade, Ring of Jade. She still has the Ring of Wizardry +1, nothing else. She got some +2 bolts, and I even shoveled off some of the lame sauce, regular ones. I got potions galore, has her staff still. Got rid of her dagger because she never uses it anyway. By and large, she's more of the same. Now, this guy got himself some magical bolts this time because he was using the generics. Still using his heavy crossbow +1. Got some potions again for him. We got rid of a lot of his stuff. Kept some blunt weapons. Not for everybody, but for most of the heavy hitter two guys, who should at least have something to bludgeon with. Got rid of his other blades and pretty much left him with his Air Genasi blade. This one was really doing more damage pound for pound than the other one. The other one does fire damage, and that's great, but I can always buy Alchemist Fire or have fire spells, so I'm not really worried about that. But this electrical and the bonus damage, he's doing that pretty good. Plus he gets his little shield still. It's the default weapon I had for him for a while. He has his Fire Genasi blade, so he already has fire, +2/+2. The other guy had a +2/+1 fire blade, but it was a dual wielding one, so more damage up here, but in the end he wasn't hitting as often, and he had poor armor as a result. So I said, screw it, let's get rid of some of that stuff and make it all light and lean. As you can see by opening this up, we got quite a few things still in here, but nowhere near what we had before. And I could probably even pass it off some crafting items for this guy because he's got a lot of stuff I don't really need. Making sure, of course, I'm using my wands. Now, having said that, going back to boss, there is a trick, a couple things you need when you're selling stuff, at least in this area. Outside, in almost every case, when you click on a vendor, like this guy here, you notice that you can select which character to talk to him and say, yes, I'd like to see your wares. Well, whoever has your best appraise skill is the one you want to click. In this case, it was Kavas, and I'm going to tell you why. So first, let's open up and look at skills. Okay, so no one's buffed, with the exception of his little hasted speed spell that's built into his armor. So his appraise is 6, mine's 6.
Yes.
Hers is 3.
Yes.
5.
I shall lead us for now.
Nothing, right? So basically a lot of 6s. Now, I can buff this, since appraise is based on intelligence. You figure whoever has the highest intelligence would be my go-to guy. Not the case. If I buff with Fox's Cunning and Greater Heroism, which gives you a +4 to your skills, the Fox's Cunning adds 4 to your intelligence, which gives you 2 to any intelligence-based skill like appraise. And then, and here's the real selling point, Kavas had learned this spell, Appraising Touch. Sadly, he only used it on himself. It gives him a +10 to his appraise. So I was rocking over 20 for an appraise skill check when I buffed Kavas up with those 3 spells. This one, Greater Heroism, and Fox's Cunning. And he was just making me money left and right because of that. And that's awesome. Now, not every vendor will let you do that. So be wary of that. And in that case, just buff up your next best guy, which is probably him. I gave him the intelligence and I gave him the Greater Heroism. I can't give him Appraising Touch because it's caster only, which is kind of a shame because that +10, that is huge. But I could still push it up and over with all the other stuff that's going to this guy. From there was this guy here, Harith. I want to point him out because he's an extra special case. While everyone else reasonably kept to their favorites. So the armor probably was the exception of the rule. The armor here in town is the worst guy to sell to. He or she, I can't remember, they literally had lower prices for everything, including armor buybacks. It was kind of weird. Most people capped out at the 5,000, except for Harith. He capped out at 5,000 for normal stuff. For a couple of really weird items, for odd reasons I can't explain, he would buy stuff for 7,500. So if you remember, we had a couple of really kick-ass blades that we earned, couldn't use because they were katanas. One was called the Master's Way or something like that. Master Lee's Way, there it is. 5,000 gold pieces was the cap out for everyone else. This guy would buy it for 7,500. Same for the Orcish Spear that we got not too long ago, 5,000 and everyone else would cap out at. He'd buy it for 7,500. So sell your stuff to him, buy stuff obviously from him if he starts to cap out. And the thing that I did buy, that was the one thing I almost forgot to show you. I did buy this, a Minor Circlet of Blasting, not at that price. I actually had it at a discount. And I put it on this guy, not Cleric. So it's a Searing Light, 1 use per day. Nothing fancy, but I highlighted it over here. And that would give me a way to get away from those types of spells. So I liked all that. With that, though, I'm ready to leave town. And we were going to head to the next town over. Calimport, if I'm not mistaken. Now we'll be right back once we get there. I'll zone back in. Okay, and we're back. Now here we are at Calimport, Muzad. This is the next town over. I just wanted to show you on the outline map. Redid my spells, saved, or rested, I should say, so that you can see that all my spells are back. Went for Endure Elements for him, kind of shuffled some stuff around. Wanted to use Keonid's Sphere. Since I am a Necro Lord, I want to make sure I start using my Necromancy spells. And this one has a really nice penalty on it, so I'm looking forward to using this one. But let's get inside, see what this one has to offer, shall we? Calimport Muzad, known by a multitude of names from the Muzajar Nada to Calimport below, Dark Calimport, and most often just the Muzad. The deeper city beneath the streets of Calimport is just as exciting, lively, and dangerous as the sunlit metropolis above its stony ceilings. enter. Now, that sounds cool. Sounds like we're in for some fun. Let's see what this place has to offer, shall we? And we're back. Now, for those of you that loaded into this area, and like me, you got a little impatient. It actually did take a while to load into here. Just relax. It's going to kick in like it should. It literally took me about 30 seconds just to load in. So that was a little weird. Now this is a town. A little creepy town, but we're not really anticipating problems. Why everybody's automatically on default stand back, I don't understand. Takes a few seconds, but your eyes are adjusting to the darkness of the Calimport Muzad. So we got some commoners. Again, we don't anticipate the heck of that. Oh, she built into the wall. Trippy. That's kind of cool. Alright, now let's get the town prop. First, let's take a look at the map, actually. What we got here. We are here. That must be where we came from. The overland map. Looks like we have settlements. Perhaps a castle. Some houses and whatnot. Looks like some kind of bazaar maybe over here. So, stuff to buy. Always cool. What's this here? Temple of the Old Knight. Okay, so that looks like the only other place we really have to go besides leaving town. Now maybe this is just a way. Oops, I just said old tout. This man is old and frail. Looks straight ahead despite the noise of passers-by. He appears to be blind, and his voice creaks with age. What is it you want? I have no idea why he's a pirate. What interests someone like me here? Yes, I can hear the clink of your armor and weapons. The Muzad is not kind to the infirm, but it seems my blindness suits those in power. Many give me a few gold to pass along these needs, knowing I cannot see distinguished sides in conflicts. Then tell me what work there is to be had. The wizard Kasai always has need of people to assist him with his experiments. Normally he does not come to me, so there must be some problem for the skilled to solve. He keeps talking. Temple of Old Knight, which we already know on the map, always has need of strong arms and level heads. The acolyte Gathan recently promised me a gold to find someone to help him. He keeps talking. The merchant Nassim is involved in a trade dispute. Such things can rapidly turn violent here in the Muzad, but he may want to resolve the dispute in a more peaceable fashion. He keeps talking. The dwarf Fulm Bravecutter is undefeated at Mumbly Peg. I am told he takes on all comers at his table in the markets for coin. Mumbly Peg. Is that a game, perhaps? He keeps talking. Northern adventurers have come to the Muzad. They look for villains. Do they not know the nature of the Muzad? He cackles softly to himself. Oh, okay. So northern adventurers come looking for villains. I wonder if they mean us. He keeps talking. And for those that might be less discriminating, William Red in the market. Thanks, old man. Wow, that was a lot of info just dumped on us once. Let's look at all that. Calimport. Five-finger fillet. Sorry. An old tout has said that dwarf Fulm Bravecutter is challenging all comers to Mumbly Peg in the Muzad market. It's got to be five-finger fillet. Is that the knife game? You remember when you guys were kids, you used to tease each other to do this one? You've seen it in the Aliens franchise, you know, where they had the android was ever doing his little hand trick with the daggers or whatever back and forth. His knife, excuse me. Playing D&D too long. I wonder if that's what that is. That's trippy. Calimport, the trade dispute. An old tout has told you the merchant Nassim has been involved in a trade dispute and is looking for arbiters. Trade dispute. That sounds boring. What else we got? An old tout has said in Half-Light of the Temple of Old Knight. He's looking for adventurers. We know where that's at. Right on. Sasai and his experiments. A tout has suggested you see the wizard Sasai. Sasai has hired him to find adventurers such as yourself. We still have these info about the crown. And we still got to help her out with hers. And we're still looking for slave children to pass off. I wonder if we'll find any here. Let's see. Looks like we just got straight up commoners. There's a reason for everything. Sometimes that reason just sucks. With you on that, brother. When adventurers show up, it's because bad things are happening. Well, thank you very much. Here to help myself to all your money. Okay. Anyway. So let's start hammering on that Z key. So we can find, okay, here we go. What the hell is that? Shady Merchant. Oh, he's someone we want to go talk to. Lyskra. Yeah, this looks like the bazaar. This is where we're probably going to buy stuff. Sultan Farouk's guard. What happens to those who interfere? Oh, that don't sound good. Okay, old town. We already been there. Let's go down this way first before we hit the bazaar. I don't want to waste more of my time selling stuff. We just bought a bunch of stuff. Let's see what we got down yon way. First sight of problems, I'm buffing up. There's graves. Do we anticipate that being a problem? Looks like a path back that way as well. Yeah, I don't anticipate problems per se. However, these are long-lasting buffs. I don't mind using the long-lasting ones. We know we're going to use them anyway.
I'm ready if you need
Yeah, she needs to buff up him. And him. And we'll give ghostly distance to herself, just so we got some minimal coverage of spells. And what the heck? He has one, two. What is it called? Magic Vestment? Yes. Yeah, he needs to cast it on his shield. It's hour-long buff per caster level, of course. And why not have some light spell on himself as well? Just so we can see stuff. All right, you guys feel good about that? In case we unleash the zombie apocalypse. What the hell was that? Must be what's on his thumb. Yeah, I'm probably being very foolish about this. We should probably have Kavas checking shit out. Sometimes it's not good to be smart, like when the zombies came. What else we got, bro? Recently dug up grave. Dead body. There's nothing on the body. Boo. What? I wonder if there was some kind of check because we had the ability to pick. Lutfi. Eaten by were-rats. Ew. A grave. There doesn't seem anything particularly noteworthy about it except for the fact that you made me click on it. Sorry. I'm not bitter. Pretty happy, matter of fact. Okay, nothing there. I feel like we missed something on that body, which is a shame. Probably should have used greater heroism on him to increase his skill set just to make sure. But it did not say anything about what skill would have been used. So, here we got some people. Before we go there, though, looks like I missed something over here. Stag beetle. Okay, so now we do anticipate trouble. Alright. Well, I like me, so I would never want to hurt me. So Endure Element sounds like a good idea. From there, I know he has his keen blades for him and his two close buds. And
yes.
What he needs to pop off some bless. And yeah, see, I went for Weapon of Energy for one of his newer spells. Since I got rid of Searing Light, since he already has it on his little, what you call it. So you can protect yourself. Buff him. Buff him. And what the hell? Let's give Colossal protection. Alright. We've also I'd rather have a spider here handy in case these stag beetles get uppity. Looks like we got a buddy out here, Usan. Alright, we're all buffed up and got nowhere to go but right over here. What do you got there, Usan? You have something to say to me? Usan has a strange look in his face. You that belong here. This was a park until the Pasha had this area covered. This is unnatural. I can see this has rattled your brain. Now the park barely exists. The Muzad is unnatural. There is no sky. The Pasha had it bricked over. Parking mall, huh? The man continues to talk. You have seen the people of the Muzad. Living like this has twisted them. They are out of balance. I must restore it. Well, I can see this has rattled your brain. Your bodies will help this park grow again. I like the sound of that. Well, alright. Get out of here. Let's do a little AoE team friendly move, shall we? Poo poo poo. Light it up. Get that team. Yeah. Ah, my team is just BB. Kicked your ass. And he left me some remains. How sweet of him. Or of a fixing polymorph. This shard of magic constantly fixes polymorph. What does that mean? Go loot off. This item cannot be given away. Huh. Alrighty. Was he a polymorph beetle? Is that what that was? That was weird. Anyway, moving on. How are we doing for XP? I think we did a level, didn't we? Yeah, we leveled a little bit ago. Which means that these guys are probably midway. But that's all good. For some reason, these two are behind. I know he's behind because he's a tiefling. Why he's behind, I can't call. I wonder if it's because we staggered him for level so that he has a class level penalty now. A homeless here. How much do they have to say? What do you want? Nothing. Okay.
Greetings.
Nothing. Anything. Stop asking me. Oh, okay, that looks like it's blocked off. Shame. There's one more homeless person to talk to over here. They all appear to have the same general attitude of, what do you want?
Follow my lead.
What the hell is this thing? Kutaba. Do you like my garden? It's pretty pathetic. Is that what he means by his garden? Mushroom man? You're all creepy. Go away. Alright, so we've been all the way through around here. Let's head back to the bazaar. Well, let's not go to the bazaar just yet. Again, let's head left. We had some stuff up here, if I'm not mistaken. Such as... Oh, look at all this stuff just light up like a Christmas tree. That must be because we talked to that guy. Yeah. That's cool. Oh, so let's check out maybe this area. And we'll come back to the bazaar later. Because we are still buffed up. You know, if we get in a fight, I'd rather get into it. Oh, we got our bus. Oops, excuse me. That's Muzad. Can't go that way without doing an area transition, so maybe we won't go that way. But let's come up here. Looks like we can still have some fun up this way. Ooh, the guard. Let me show you. And a door. Let's go inside and rob somebody. I mean, greet the neighbors. Yes, that's what I meant to say. A little run down. This house is exceptionally clean. So much like my place. Not. I actually apologize for not having posted videos sooner, but I had a friend just get me into a very new game. Sea of Thieves, for those of you that are interested, let me know. It's a super exciting game. It is, however, very time consuming. Why is there a doorway here? Kavaz, don't touch stuff. unless you're told to. I'm back here right away. One, I don't want Kvass touching it because
I suppose so.
I have for him. I thought I did. Did I get rid of it? Stop touching it. Damn you, Kvass. Oh, I guess I got rid of the spell. I thought I had heroism on this character. I guess because she has greater heroism, I decided not to do anything.
I'm ready if you need me. Wait here for now.
I have my word.
Yeah. But since she has a spell, we might as well help Kvass out. Just in case he gets hit with something heavy. Alright, now you know. The other thing I've noticed is if you're not getting XP, if you let him just default click it. Like if that would have succeeded. Yeah, we rolled up really poorly on that one. We could have actually have succeeded on that one and actually gotten XP for disarming the trap. Only if you actually have him working just like you got there. See for the pick lock. What we got here? Ooh, adamantine. Some gold. You just get gold ring. Take that and pass off some stuff. Look at you hoarding your adamantine there, buddy. Gimme. Get another fire trap. Healer's kit goes to him again, right? And gold ring will come to me. Not bad, not bad.
Follow my lead.
Oh, alright, Kvass. Anyway, like I was saying, there's some weird, trippy door. Do we have a glitch here, folks? Looks cool. That's wild. Not really sure what that's about. If anyone knows if there's like a door missing or something, let me know that. But I think we're done in here. Is that correct? Everyone get back on the follow me bandwagon. Yep, looks like we're done inside. Wonder what that door was supposed to be for. Or if it was supposed to be for anything at all. Anyway, Sea of Thieves is not what you came here for, but it is actually a little more fun than I thought it would be. It looked like it'd be boring, and to be truthful, if you play by yourself on that one, it would be. I could see that completely be one of those things that everyone says, like, screw this, I'm gonna walk past these guys and come back here and sing. But if you get into it with like at least one friend, where the two of you are manning a ship together, man, is it getting fun. We actually have two guys from work that I team up with, and the three of us were playing yesterday for like 12 hours. I kid you not. It was fun. We did a bunch of missions. We got bullied by some pirates. We bullied some pirates of our own. Found one or two people that are probably hacking. The good thing about the game is you can be PC and Xbox and play that game. So they're on Xbox and I'm on PC. Bad side of that is we have PC people that can mod the game already that are cheating. What I mean by that, pause the game. I said pause the game. What I mean by that is, for example, me and my friend of mine from work, two of us were taking on one skiff that had basically just one person on it. That person was shooting us with on their skiff they have a cannon, one on each side, just like we did. They were shooting their cannon at us faster than you can reload. So clearly they're cheating somehow. Also, we saw some other person that I'm fairly certain is cheating. And I say that, I mean, and not picking on the fact that I suck at the game, because I do, but they were like insta-killing our team with cannonball shots, which you can do, don't get me wrong. You get hit with a cannonball, you're going to die. But like, in places on the ship where I was running around, I was not standing still. So it could be dumb luck, but I ran up to the freaking, steer the ship with the big wheel. And this was when we were teaming with three of us, so of course we had the bigger ship, the galleon. I go up to the galleons to steer us, to turn our cannons to them so they can bombard the crap out of my two guys on the deck while I'm steering. And as soon as I got to that wheel and started cranking the wheel, I instant died. So they were targeting me on there. Not sniper shot, cannonball, because there is a sniper rifle-ish. There is a pistol and a blunderbuss, so like scatter shot. And I've been shot with those things before. I've been killed by those things before. Fair enough. Now this was a cannonball that they literally were manually targeting and just happened to target me elevated and up to the side where it hit me instantly with one shot and I died. And I had full health. And I'm like, I don't buy it. So they have like some auto-targeting ability maybe already, which really kind of sucks. So I hope we don't have too many people doing stuff like that cheating, because that would really irritate me. We're still having fun, so in the grand scheme of things, we don't particularly care. And there was all kinds of fun stuff that we were doing just to be complete D-bags to people. Like you can jump from your ship to their ship and engage them, which is super fun. We jumped to their ship, take all their treasure. We couldn't get it and get it back to our ship because we were sinking, but we threw it overboard. They lost their treasure chest and stuff. They could probably dump in the water and get it if they noticed. But by and large, we were like running around like chickens with their heads cut off. It was super fun. And we even tried to do there's like a big fortress that you have to take out, like a main skeleton boss. And there was a boat there already, and they were friendly at first. They weren't shooting at us, is what I mean. So they were there to complete this like area mission. So we like, well, if they're not going to engage with us, we'll leave them alone too, because we could always use the help. Then another boat showed up, started shooting everybody. They got killed. The guys that we were helping got hurt or killed. They assumed that we were all bad and started killing us. We went back to help one more time. They killed us again, and we're like, well, at that point, we're like, yeah, we're done. We're not helping you guys no more. So we bailed. But the game is super fun. Cost me a little bit of money because I actually purchased the game, which is no big deal. I'd rather do that than pay a monthly subscription anyway. But having said that, it'll probably be my last video game purchase for a while, with the exception of the one that's coming out. There's another D&D game like this one, Pillars of Eternity 2. For those of you that haven't seen it, you can look at Obsidian's webpage. They post on YouTube videos and stuff, and it looks a pretty polished Neverwinter Nights type game. Same people that made this made this game, or made one of the versions of the game, I should say. And they're doing a really good job on it. And it is D&D type setting where there's clerics and wizards and very cool spells, and I'm very looking forward to getting that game. I'll probably even do videos on it. But first, let's get into this one. So we have Culzen Everval. And I thought that was something right there. The table, leadership of Neverwinter. Feels like there should be like stairs or something there. Is that his bedroom? Anyway, let's find out what he has to say. You are not from the Temple of Old Knight Clunbluth, and most others look away in fear when I walk the streets of the Muzad. I was wondering what a drow was doing living here in Muzad. Why should I tell you anything? I live here. That is sufficient. Okay. Not from the Temple of Old Knight. So, sounds like we need to go to the temple to get a mission to talk to this guy. That would make sense. Let's rob him first, shall we? What's healing kits? Read his book. Save Neverwinter. Lord Nasher. Ah, yes. The jerk that is Lord Nasher. I forget if he was the bad guy in Neverwinter Nights, the first game. I know he was there to be the king, whatever. But I want to say that he had a paladin, female paladin that hired you, basically. She was awesome. She was part of the Neverwinter 9, if I'm not mistaken, or her boyfriend was, something like that. He ends up dying because Lord Nasher kind of like willed it. He's like, no, let him die. Screw that dude. Well, the paladin, she was in love with him. And she like went batshit crazy or whatever after that and started killing people, I think. It's actually a pretty good story arc. Okay, is anyone talking to me? No.
Follow my lead.
Freaking awesome. Take that lot, bro. So that's not possible. Okay. We need an invitation then to get inside, probably. Alright, let's traipse down the bazaar and then we'll call it a day. I'm looking around just really quick. You don't get the transition, but we'll probably hit that up on another day. Safe, and then let's see what he has to say. What is it? Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else. Okay. Shady merchant. Oh, let's go talk to the shady merchant. Kowalski's look he does when he has stolen something from the person you are talking to. A single gold piece has been added to your inventory. Huzzah! Anything catching your eye? Flying carpet, maybe? Might not. Maybe there'll be some junk I can use. So what does this dude got? Minor circular blasting. Pulse helm. Ability score penalty. Dexterity -5. Armor class dodge modifier -5. And a -10 to your spot. Well, that sounds like something we should totally purchase. There is a Edna's cloak designed by the famous female dwarf tailor Edna Mode. The cloak is incredibly stylish. It has an annoying tendency to get caught in things. Edna Mode and Guest. Love that movie. That was The Incredibles, which of course Incredibles 2 is coming out. Very excited about that. It's been years waiting for it. I always said the same thing though about The Incredibles when I watched it the first time in the theaters. I said, I'm like, this is exactly how I picture a superhero family to behave. You know, using their powers to like slap each other around and stuff, and just like pick on each other, because it's exactly what I would see. Anyway, this one gives you a -4 to your dexterity, -10 to tumble, and a +2 to charisma because you're looking all kinds of cool. Look at Hulf's mirror shield, faithfully recreated by a blindsmith. Hulf of the 10 Towns, from description given him by adventurers. This shield is polished to a mirror shine on one side. Fortunately for basilisks everywhere, it is polished on the inside. This makes the shield a favorite of vain adventurers. It has no special bonuses. Bummer. And then, of course, the minor circular blasting, which we already have, the searing light. Okay, before we come down that way, we're going to hit portable hole. Those are the piece cloth. Celestial Fury. Stuffed animal. In this case, a bear, cardinal, or more properly, Ursinal. I want to confuse the child you give this to. Got some traps, thieves' tools, torture. Ring of Attraction. Like different kind of attraction. Decrease your armor class, so you're easier to hit because you have attacks attracted to you. The Pendant of Ashaba. The Pendant of Ashaba depicts a silver crescent moon with horns pointed upwards and hangs from a simple silver chain. The pendant is the regalia of Shadowdale. By tradition, it conveys lordship of the Dale entitled to the Twisted Tower. The loyalty of the populace must be earned and can be lost. Without the pendant, would-be rulers of Shadowdale are considered naught but pretenders to the lordship. This pendant is, of course, not the true pendant, but reproduction. And of course, a unicorn pendant. Oh, unicorn pendants are silver amulets embossed with the holy symbol of the deity Luru. This is the non-metal version, worn only as jewelry. Got some pricey potions. Ooch. Oh, the little not so. Makes a great club, Fundar the Barbarian. The accent of this great axe is only loosely attached, sometimes causing it to fall off in combat. Fortunately, it can still be used as a club. Bludgeoning 1. Attack damage bonus. Damage penalty -3, and attack penalty of -1. Yeah, they're not. The little not so versus the not so. But no, the Barbarian, Ugla the Mock, and Princess Ariel. You guys don't have good cartoons anymore like we did. What else we got over here? Wow. So that sounds distinctly like snoring. The snoring sound makes it hard to concentrate. Or here, and add bonus, no one's going to be intimidated by something wielding a sleeping sword. Okay. Damage one for example. Now there you go. That could be useful. Doesn't look like it had any penalties to it. Let's do versus that. That's not bad. Blunted Rapier sounds like crap. Fractured War Mace, no. Rusty Dagger, Rusty Great Axe. Seaman's Sword, ooh, that's pricey. Fear, so named by the Baal spawn who occasionally had dealings with Saemon Havarian. This rapier is not believed to actually be Seaman's, but rather named for his penchant for running away when things got even the least bit difficult. Fear, reduce saving throws against fear. No, that's not good. Taunt +5 though, no, that's not bad. I'm assuming the reduced saving throws versus fear is for us, not the target hit. But I don't know that. Spectral Dagger. Low light. Dim light, excuse me. No damage. Inflicts light wounds though. Oh. Level 2. Basically, then this would do negative energy damage? That's not horrible. I wonder if we could enchant that with a magic weapon spell to give us a +1 damage and a +1 To hit. That might be worth revisiting. Stats of Mighty Sweeping. The twist of a one in one versus shootout from tiny holes on the other end. Your boat has never been so clean. It is a broom. Staff of Skulls on the other hand. Damage bonus lowers your intelligence. Made from ebony with a skull at one end. Close restoration shows that the skull is a fake made from plaster and the wood is cleverly painted black. At least it's a nice dense wood. Allows you to do extra damage in combat, but you feel dumb wielding it. Yeah. Kinda weird. Right on, dude. Well, let's see, let's check out one more. Let's go inside there. Let's go inside. Maybe it's a fight waiting to happen. Come on. Ooh, an area. Deep gnome, comrade, bartender, and a grunt. Hey, you! Some northerners are looking for you, or at least some human that looks like you. They've been asking around here. Looks like adventurers. They're really uptight, too. I guess I'll keep that in mind. Here's 5 gold for the warning. Here's fatigue.
My greetings to you.
Perhaps another time. Okay. Governor. Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny. Let's see what the drunk has to say. This man's either drunk or has spent too long with a hookah on the table. I was there, I tell you. Gin got piled high. Where? Not telling you, you got stealing gold. It's mine. Mine, I tell you. Genie gold? Is that what he was telling us? Genie gold? Look at that journal. Hidden treasure? Drunken the wanton kobold. It's rambling about a genie's hidden treasure he found. Perhaps there is more to this story. Give me gold. Don't want to fight no genie though. Bartender has to say. You distract the bartender. Kabas has stolen something. What? 200 gold pieces. Thank you, Kabas. I said, looking for a drink. Any rumors worth hearing? Praise success. Oh, lucky me. Depends. 25 gold will buy some of the. Oh man. I give him the gold. I just stole 200 from him anyway. You real enough. The word is Kelson the Drow knows the way to the Underdark. Oh, ho, ho. Is that the guy we talked to? Tavern Tales say the Drow Kelson Everfall. Yeah, it sounds like him. Knows of a passage into the Underdark. Ooh la la. Let's talk to him again for what he has for sale. Pricey stuff. Dried fruit, cured meats. We've seen these before. They have healing properties of various kinds. Prices I'll get out on. I can't remember who does what. Oh, still no. What do you call it? Mortar pestle. Calendar says. Let's go to the basement, see if there's anything to rob. Doesn't appear to be. Just make sure there's not something back here that I need to be close to see or to trigger. Hammering on the Z key, I still see nothing. Looks like the basement's empty. Boo. Alright, well, we'll go back upstairs, but the video's gone on long enough. My name's Brothermutant. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think so far. I'm pretty excited.
Your command.
Pretty happy, matter of fact. We got a lot of good loot. We got a lot of good weapons and gear right now. Decent spell list. Doing well. I would like to buy some more spells from my main character, but that will have to wait until we find a magician's shop. We'll tackle the upper floor in the next episode. So with that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.